Episode 41. What a night Diana had with Pawn. And actually, after that last episode, I did try looking up how you're supposed to actually pronounce Pawn in Italian. Turns out it's maybe supposed to be Paun? Paun? I'm not actually sure, even after looking it up. There might have been some different pronunciations in different languages, but I think Paun was the actual correct pronunciation for Italian. I'm probably just going to keep on saying pawn incorrectly, but maybe I'll just try Paun out for a bit. See if that sticks. Paun. Like pound. We'll see. I met Paun over there by the villa. Kind of thinking back to that makes me feel nostalgic, so I think we'll wear Diana's original outfit. Been a while since we wore that. Kind of stopped wearing it ever since we got into the eternal vacation mindset. But I guess after that talk with Paun, Diana probably maybe thinks that she does have to leave eventually. Probably. Maybe the first thing we do today is actually check in on Paun. Paun. Before we do anything else, just want to get a post-mortem on that night we had. See where we stand exactly. I mean, it's not like we're going to be here forever, so it's not like a commitment, right? But let's see what these two think about it. About last night.
Huh?
Diana, my day just got better. How are you? Are we going to talk about last night?
Oh.
Have you come to tell me you've decided to open a detective agency in Borgia Marina and want me to be your forensic photographer? It seems to be new, so maybe it's related to the event, or rather, it was unlocked by the event, but I don't think it has anything to do with last night. No need to answer. Your look says it all. That might just be generic dialogue. No, that's just generic, I remember now. I guess we're just not going to talk about it. Why ruin it, right? Why ruin it by talking about it? Let's go talk about it with Chia. We were supposed to hang out with her last night, right? And then we kind of ditched her for Paun. At least Diana did. I really wanted to hang out with her. Yes, now that Diana has a conquest under her belt, if we consider each of these romantic partners conquests, which is a terrible way of phrasing that, but I guess we could call them that. We can rub it in everyone else's face that we conquered Paun. Hey, Chia. I've probably been pronouncing Chia wrong completely this entire time as well, right? Maybe this is the next name I'm gonna have to look up after we conquer her. Really, terrible way to phrase that. I have to think of a better phrase for that. Captured her heart? I guess that's more diplomatic. Diana, how's it going? Alright, we kind of left your list undone, didn't we? We still needed to chat by the bridge and then have that dinner. Well, the dinner wasn't necessary, it was stargazing, but I wanted to have dinner. Maybe we make her the same thing that we made for Paun? Was it Paun when I looked it up? Or was it Paun? Even after looking it up, I don't remember what I looked up. I saw the pronunciation and everything. Just can't remember. You know what? We're just not going to talk about him the entire day, so I don't have to worry about how I pronounce it. And And unless Diana wants to invite Nexua or for some reason Pena over instead of having dinner with Chia, then today's going to be all about Chia. So help me, Diana. Wasn't there another seamstress sister? Let's get the old questionnaire out. Ask them about how they feel about the Eternal Town. Since we asked the other sister. I'm glad I remember the door first try. Diana, darling, how are you doing? My goodness, do you have any idea how many letters my sisters will send each other now? I don't know if you know, but Minowuchi invented the telephone over 100 years ago. Huh. I guess Chia does have a point. Even if we're in the past, we don't have to keep sending letters like we're doing. Although, maybe that's the only way that the other actual mail carrier in town will have a job. It's not like she's doing her job in the first place. Let's go ask her next. Maybe it would be better to talk about it. And a face-to-face talk. Come back whenever you want. Which door was that one behind? I think she was over in the piazza as well. Like right here? Yeah, this one. You. What are you gonna do about your job? Like, now that the town's eternal? I mean, probably nothing different, right? Yes, what? Okay, hi. Wait, just a second. Simona, I didn't recognize you. Don't give up now, Squirt. You can do it. My name's Diane. Oh, forget about it. Well, what did you want to tell me? Who knows? He wanted to talk to you about the Eternal Town, that's what. I guess not every NPC is going to have that point of conversation. What a shame. Damn. And I was so eager to find out what this unemployed mail carrier was going to do in with an eternal life or whatever. What does she do normally? Like even before this revelation, she just kind of stays around at home, in her uniform no less. What do you want to know from the most savvy around these parts? Well, what's up with that one? That mail carrier woman whose name I've already forgotten. Paloma. Tell us what's up with Paloma. What's her deal? I guess we can't ask that. What's Pena's deal? Ah, yes, Pena. She seems like a stand-up. That's what you said about Pound. Great, I talked about Pound anyway. She's always on her own. At the bar. Chia? Fine. I can't remember who this Pena is right now, okay? Really? Well, that's fair. She only just arrived, kind of. She's Tonu's daughter. You know, the girl who disappeared. Her wanted poster is right over there by the payphone. Oh yeah. I haven't talked to her much yet. But I hear she's a good kid. And I trust what I've heard. Yeah, she called Pound a stand-up guy or something. I think I remember that. Maybe that's just her go-to phrase for describing people when she doesn't want to describe them. What about Moira? Did you know Moira? Did I know her? Moira and I were like this, thick as thieves. Oh, really? That can't be true. No, but every now and then she'd pass by the workshop with Nexua. When they smashed into the rocks during their romantic boat cruises. And I had to repair the boat, of course. So Nexua was not always a master of the sea. No. You see, with Moira, Nexua would have his head in the clouds, but the rudder was somewhere else. Well, we didn't have much to chat about, but we had a chat. Can we catch like a level 3 fish now? Is there one in here? There might not actually be a level 3 fish here. This might be it? No, that's 2. I think that was the same fish I got last time. Yeah, exactly, Chia. The same one again. Well, I'm not screwing around this time. We're going straight to the house. So we can hang out with Chia. Get whatever scene we're gonna have with her. Although I could stop by the gelateria. It is a new day, right? I'll probably do that off screen. Funds are pretty good, actually. Not good enough that I can buy everything that I want. I'm sure it'll happen eventually. Soon I'll have all the movies, all the potted plants, all the Joker cards that I need to get the rest of the stuff for the concept art and those other clothes. All the fish too. Though that's not something you get with money. Alright, first things first. What do we want to cook for Chia? Something we haven't made before, hopefully. Oh, we could get a reaction to this, but that was kind of Pound's dish, whatever. This... we made this for her before. I think it was her favorite. Or was that Pena? No, I think this was Chia. Don't want to make this for her again. We might have done coffee before. It'd be a shame to just serve this up 2 times in a row, so... maybe the pasta with tomato sauce? Might be just kind of a boring reaction, though. These all might just be boring reactions, I don't know. You know what? Since we got the recipe for this, let's actually try it out. Maybe it gives us something. I can't imagine anything else giving us anything, so... this just kind of seems like an endgame dish, so maybe it gives us endgame flavor dialogue, if there is such a thing. It literally is an endgame dish. You don't unlock it until the final event with Pawn. And that only happens after you beat the main game, the main story. We've practiced this dish, not disc, a million times. It'd be embarrassing if we got it wrong. So I'm gonna get it perfect, every time, from now on. It is actually just mostly the right stick, so... nothing to really worry about. Actually, I guess most of the minigames in this cooking minigame... I guess most of the QTEs, rather, in this cooking minigame, are just the right stick. Sometimes it's a button, but... it's never really like DDR with the buttons or whatever. I wonder what the last recipe is then. Maybe from Lexua? Maybe Lexua teaches us how to use some fish in some dishes. That's like the one thing that kind of surprised me. All the fish you catch, none of them are used for like food or whatever. Seems like something you would do, I don't know. They're all just for money basically, or collection or whatever. And you even have to make all of these, or some of these recipes here, just from the food that you pick up off of potted plants around town. Kind of a weird way. It'd be less weird if you made a recipe using a fish that you caught yourself. Anyway, what do you think, Tia? It's not the best thing I've ever cooked. What are you talking about, Diana? That was 5 Dianas. Well, just like last time. Okay, maybe characters only respond to certain dishes that they like. That's what that's telling me, I think. You don't know what you're talking about, Diana. Or you, Chia. It was perfect. I made it so. You know what else is perfect? The Goose Brothers. You better like this, or this date is going to be terrible. Hey, wanna watch a movie? No. But let's see what you have to show me. Okay, this is a great start, Chia. Come on. Okay, you know what? You're just gonna turn around on it. There's gonna be a big comeback here. You're gonna love it, I'm sure. It's a crazy movie. You'll love it, I'm sure. If you put it that way. Time passes. Dang. This gospel is out of this world. I knew it. I knew she'd love it. Everyone loves it. Right? I don't know what's up with me. Is everything okay? Yes. I feel something in my legs. I feel it in my hips. Do they tingle? Maybe they went numb. No. More like they have a life of their own. Is she gonna start singing and dancing? That'd be a sight. Chia, when is the last time you danced? Never danced before. Can you tell? Oh boy, Chia. You're a real piece of work. We'll work on you. I know what's up with you then. Woohoo. Bring it on, brothers. Everybody needs somebody. I don't know the songs in the Blues Brothers movies or whatever. I think I've only ever seen or heard songs and seen them performed at Universal Studios whenever they have the cosplayers or whatever you'd call it for the Blues Brothers. I love those bits, but I really should see the actual movie at some point. I mean, if everyone here in Borgia Marina loves it, then surely I'll love it too. Shoo-ba-doo-doo. What is that? Shoo-bada-boo. Shoo-bada-boo. I need you. I need you. About time to head back to the office. All this dancing around gave me an idea for a new invention. A nut-cracking, potato-peeling, corkscrewing goose. I guess it's true that art imitates art. I've never heard that one before. Art imitates art, huh? Well, she didn't actually go, right? Because we still have to stargaze. Good. By the way, is there anything here? We just have this now. This is the most we can do to wander around at night. Which isn't really all that much, but... Oh, we can't even go past this gate? Why close off this gate? I mean, just for, sensibility. Can't have us wandering on someone else's property, even though we're kind of doing that right now on this part of the roof. I'm glad they left this gate a little bit open just so we could stretch our legs a little bit more than usual. Which is just around here. I just really want to walk around at night, okay? Maybe even do a night swim. In fact, that was happening in the very end of the game, wasn't it? That whole event. And we never got to see all the characters doing their night swim. It was just just didn't happen on screen. The beach looks weird, doesn't it, from this angle? There's something... Oh, the layout's all wrong, isn't it? There's stuff missing or something like that? Guess they couldn't render it that far. Anyway, speaking of rendering things from far away. A telescope, clear skies, the stars. Well, you know what? Romantic, as someone I know would say. Who? No, wait, we're not saying his name. And that someone is not you? Are you for real? Which constellation could I look for? What kind of constellation would she like? Well, what kind of constellation haven't we done yet? We haven't done the Knight, or Cancer. Haven't done Leo. I guess we could do Leo, she is a cat. We did Pisces as Pawn. I don't think we did Sagittarius, or the Pirate. Let's do 3 with Chia. I pick Leo. The Pirate maybe? Because she makes treasure all the time, her inventions, or something. Maybe that's more of a Electua thing. In fact, most of these are going to be Electua things, because a lot of them have to do with the sea. Okay, so Leo the Pirate and the Abundance, because she creates so much. I don't know. I'm grasping at straws here. Eventually, I do want to see all of their dialogue for every constellation, even if I have to play this minigame 100 times to do it. I wonder if I'll even be able to do that on camera. Maybe not. It looks more like a mouse, doesn't it? Like a pointy-nosed mouse with a little tail, rather than Leo. We should call it... What do you call like a mouse in... Like the analog to Leo for a mouse would be... I don't know. It doesn't matter. No, come on, where is it? Looks like an iron to me. Okay, that is valid. I mean, a mouse and iron. Just not a cat. There's text on the back of that card. Don't know how to actually see the back of that card. We can't flip it over when we get it after the minigame. How do you feel about pirates? We actually got this constellation to her fishing rod, technically. Lectua's fishing rod, but still. Here? This white one, maybe? No. Let's look for that triangle. Ah, here it is. Easy to see. Another constellation where all the stars aren't connected to each other. Again, I think that breaks some kind of Geneva Convention or something. And here we are. For once it was actually pretty close to the actual constellation on the card. What kind of pirate is that? He doesn't even have a boat. It's a treasure chest, Gia. It's pretty obvious. Maybe he docked it on a distant sky. Kinda makes me think of Treasure Planet. I gotta watch that movie again. It's been a while. I don't even remember, like, pretty much anything. Other than some vague art motifs, or whatever. And finally, the abundance. Whatever that means. Wow. Okay. Well, we're already on it, but seriously? What a complicated constellation. Not as complicated as, like, the grapes, I guess. Although maybe in, like, a different way, as complicated or more. It's less visually distracting than the grapes, because the grapes kind of went spiraling all over the place, but... It's still just kind of a lot of work. Wait, no. How do I... There we go. And last one. Fish and leaves, huh? I don't understand what this constellation is telling us. What's the story behind this one? I doubt Tia knows. Better to have in abundance than not enough. Here I only see one person with too little. Okay. If you're gonna insult us, it's gonna make me question why we brought you stargazing in the first place. That just means I have to find a better constellation for you. Okay, one last one. Gotta really seal the deal with her. Which one of these will she like? This is going to be a test of my abilities. To gauge how much a person likes constellations, which is not a useful skill to have at all. I think she would like... Capricorn. Because that's Diana. Kind of a cop-out answer, but I don't think we've gotten her reaction on this constellation, so I do want it. Now, where did we... This one's actually kind of hard to find. Like a reference point. Here we go. Yeah, the more complicated ones end up being easier to start on, because they always have like distinct shapes that you can work with. And then the ones that are based on actual constellations or whatever, because they're more naturally allocated, the star positions, rather than geometrically designed by a video game designer, they're just naturally harder to find in like a mishmash of stars in the night sky, I guess. Come on, you gotta like this one. I'm Diana. I'm a Capricorn and I believe in the Tooth Fairy. Okay, you're making fun of us, but you're having fun. And we do believe in the Tooth Fairy. Alright, and that is mission accomplished. It's already night, so I guess we're going to sleep. Chia, go home. Oh no. I put her to sleep in her... Oh no, wait, right, she changes into the casual clothes. I would hate to go to sleep in that jacket. You just wake up sweaty. No one wants that. As long as there are no mysterious disappearances, I have to find Lecture at the pier today. Oh, we've got his 5-star now. Okay. Not 5-star, 5 heart. And not to die. A solitary guy like Lecture was bound to choose an isolated rock as his refuge, as his secret refuge. It's truly an honor to see it with my own eyes. Oh. Secret refuge. Okay. Okay, but we're still hanging out with Chia today. The mission has not changed. At the workshop. Do we want to wear this all day? Maybe. Yeah, it's fine. Do we want to change this yet? For the next time we're at the beach. I don't have any plans to go to the beach, but it was a very expensive swimsuit. It'd be a shame if we didn't wear it more often. Fastest way... I always flounder on the fastest way to the port. Either way, I have to go through this tunnel. We could exit through Corso Garibaldi and enter the tunnel that way, but then you have to do like a winding thing down this pass, and I think that's longer than just going down the stairs of the apartment, so I think the path that I'm on right now is actually the fastest to the port. I want to climb this ladder. I can't even pan the camera up high enough to see the top. I just want to go on the rooftop and hang around there. There's some railing up there. It's not like it's going to be a risk to fall off. Probably. Is it worth trying for a level 3 fish here? I guess we can try one time. No, no good. What the heck's this? Well, it's gonna be the event, I guess.
Go.
Or is it? What do we do first? I don't want to miss any dialogue. I think that broken invention is definitely her next thing, right? So I think if we do this, it won't trigger the event and we get more dialogue. We'll see. Diana, not now. Maybe later. No, she didn't actually say it out loud. It's more like she was thinking it, and then Chia responded immediately. No, it's not okay at all. Have you seen the mess down there, huh? The pit, the chasm, the epicenter of destruction. Do you mean that broken thing on the ground? That thing. Come on, it's impossible to ignore. It's a reminder of the biggest failure. Come on, don't be so dramatic. You built so many things. It mustn't be the first time something went wrong. No, of course. But... that's the problem. The majority of the stuff I build, I end up throwing in the trash. Because it blows up, it gets broken. It's useless, so I risk losing a finger. Hey, that's normal. You live in the... Don't say it. I hate those damn cliches. Come on, you gotta love Sonic, right? Maybe she's more of a Shadow fan. She can't take both of them. You gotta like one or the other, right? Reproach her. I don't know what that means. Okay, they may be cliches, but that doesn't mean they're not true. Diana's definitely a Sonic girl. I think so. Probably. She seems like the type. But if you want me to shut up, that's another thing. But you have to tell me. Don't actually tell us to shut up, that'll hurt our feelings. I didn't mean to scream at you. I just wanted to scream, and you were in the way. Don't worry, it happens. Anyways, I don't know anything about your job. But I think that getting it wrong and trying again is part of the creative process. At least, that's the case when I write, or when I have to solve a mystery. Oh, Diana, you don't know how true that is, getting things wrong and then trying again. That is kind of the philosophy behind those board game mystery solving things, so I guess she does have a point. Maybe it's the same for science? Yeah, sure, it's not that. I got mad because I cared about this project. I understand. Well, then... let me take the bag and let's fix it. Okay. Let's go see if we can sort out this mess. Okay, so I guess this was the way to actually start the thing. What would have happened if we actually inspected the thing before we talked to her? I guess we just would have gotten a little bit of a description about whatever was on the floor there, and Diana would say, I'll talk to Chia about this, probably. I just kind of I hate missing dialogue like that. But it's fine. It's probably nothing. Even the best. Chia is desperate because one of her inventions is busted. Let's try to cheer her up a bit. What exactly is this thing anyway? Like a calculator? Okay, assistant. Let's save what we can. Try to keep up. Okay. Yeah, it's another one of these. How does this... Okay, wait. I get it now. It's not that this is the invention, it's that we're being the assistant to Chia who's fixing the invention. Obviously, Diana wouldn't know how to fix it, so we're just helping her with the tools and whatever. Okay. If a shelf has only one colored object, remove everything from that shelf except that object. This is a bit different from the other games. There's no, like, bottom row here to put things in. It's not Chia's bag or whatever. So I guess we're just removing things? Sure, okay, we can do that. First one again. If a shelf has only one colored object, remove everything from that shelf except that object. Let's just do this row by row. So there's only one colored object, not this one, not this one, yes. Remove everything from that shelf except that colored object. Oh, and there it goes. We can take him out and put him back in. Anything else with just one color? Yeah. Apparently they had to rework some of these riddles, like as part of the Giga update too. Make it so that they're more clear. I guess the original language they used wasn't up to par or something. I have no idea what that was like. This is the fixed version, so maybe it's easier than it was before. I guess you could say it was nerfed or whatever. Chia's riddles. If a shelf has more than one yellow object, remove everything from that shelf except the largest yellow object. More than one yellow object. No, no, yes. The largest one is the hacksaw. Remove everything except the largest one. Two yellow objects, largest one is the shovel. If a shelf has more than one red object, remove everything except those objects. Multiple reds, remove everything except red. Got it. Seems like each of these lines corresponds to a pair of shelves, so this last one will be the last two shelves, I guess. If a shelf has all the colors, remove everything except the red object and the smallest colorless object. Well, there's only one colorless object here. And the smallest colorless one is... Wait, they're both small. Oh wait, no. This doesn't have... No, it does have all the colors. This one did too, right? All the colors are blue, red, green, and yellow. And colorless, I guess. This one has all the colors. Remove everything except the red. And the smallest colorless object. But they're both size small. So I guess they tie? Chia, your instructions need another nerf, I think. Unless I read them wrong. There's no way I read them wrong, right? Did this bottom row change? I don't think it did. And which one was this? More than one yellow object, everything except the largest. Just the X. All the red objects. And red and the smallest colorless object. Do any of the other rules apply to this? Not one colored object. Not more than one yellow. Not more than one red. And which of these is the smallest colorless object? We can't just leave this shelf alone because it does have all the colors. So I guess we just pick one. Alright, then we try the other. If the other one works, then I'm definitely going to blame Chia's instructions. Which one did I pick again last time? Damn, I forgot. I think I picked the gear last time? Maybe? Okay, we pick the gear next time if we get it wrong. Alright. I might have just picked the wrench twice in a row there, so keep the gear. Alright. Moment of truth. Did I just read it wrong? I guess I just read it wrong. Okay. One more time. Read all of these, line by line. If a shelf has only one colored object, remove everything from that shelf except that object. Nothing else applies. If a shelf has more than one yellow object, remove everything from that shelf except the largest yellow one, which is this one. And this one. The first three were pretty clear. I think anyway. If a shelf has more than one red object, remove everything except those red objects. Okay. And if a shelf has all the colors, remove everything except the red object and the smallest colorless object. What on earth? What on earth is going on here? It feels like this would be the first time I would want to actually use a Joker card, but there are no Joker cards here. I guess we just try removing them all? Of course that's not the answer. Then maybe we try the medium object? That can't be it. As expected. What's going on here? Seriously. I'm completely lost. I'm pretty sure I didn't get any of the other shelves wrong. Wait a second, this is... no, wait. Yeah, it's still the same rule. The largest yellow object. Just looking at these shells, they all pretty clearly follow certain rules. Except for shelf number 6. There's this here, colors mark B button. Don't know what that does, it doesn't seem to do anything. I'm going crazy. No wonder Chia said she couldn't fix this thing, it's impossible. If she couldn't do it, there's no way we can do it. The red object and the smallest colorless object. All the colors. Red, yellow, blue, green. I already tried like every combination of these, right? Other than like having the medium and the small. I just don't understand. Is it something super obvious that I'm missing? Is this just the rest of my life now, staring at this one screen? The thing is, I'm afraid it might actually be like, not a bug, but something along those lines, because I did read that they did have to fix the wording on these like I mentioned, so maybe there could still be something wrong with it. That's what I'm afraid of, but if they fixed it, then there shouldn't be any more. Alright, hate to do this, but I guess I'm going to pause the episode and actually look up the solution, because I'm clearly too stupid to figure this out. And back in. I have no idea why this might be the case, but... or rather, I thought I already tried this. This should be the solution right here. I could understand why this carries the answer because it's, even though they're both the size small category, you could argue that this is smaller than the wrench, just like in terms of, well, one dimension, like the length, even though it's wider than the wrench in the other dimension. But I feel like I already tried this. Clearly I didn't though. Thought I tried both of them. This is why I have footage, I guess. And I guess I'll just see how stupid I was where I thought I was trying both in one round, the wrench, and in the other round, the gear. But I guess like 3 times in a row or something I just did the wrench. Or I just got something wrong somewhere else. I wonder. Still, they were both size small, so I'm not sure if I consider this one entirely my fault. You sure have a peculiar assortment of tools, and a peculiar definition of small. Special request. Heart. It's true that Chia is not very tidy, even though I think this time she may have done it on purpose to surprise me. While looking this up, I saw there were like several other Chia's bag puzzles, which... how do you play those? I haven't played any of them. I've only played like a few of them throughout the game for main story progression or something. What matters is that the invention is fixed. We did a good job, assistant. You see, proof that even the best make mistakes. But you can always make things right. You may be right, but for people like me, it's always a blow to the self-esteem. Well, wanting to do stuff well is one thing, but expecting to be perfect is masochism. But now, I want to know what this object we repaired is. A new invention, just rolled out of the workshop. I called it The Analysis. She was spelling that really slowly, so... well, anyway. Advanced notational apparatus for looking yonder and seeking information synthetically. Okay, so an electronic portable notebook? I was going to say like thesaurus? Why is that hard for me to pronounce? Thesaurus. Yeah, I guess I have a bit of a lisp. I've noticed that in my recordings. Thesaurus. Whatever. This isn't time to work on my speech. It's time to play On Your Tail. It stems from the same principles that drive a typewriter, but it's way more compact and versatile. And if you put the right ink cartridge in it, you can also print in color. A technology that lies between vintage and modern. Crazy stuff. But why do you need it? I don't. Is it for us? Yeah, it's for you. Oh. To help with your investigations. And take more colorful notes. Yeah, that would have been helpful if we actually got that before the end of the story. I guess we're on strict no mystery duty right now. But still, it seems like a cool invention. A blend of vintage and modern or whatever Diana said. Just like Diana herself. Gia, it's a wonderful gift. Thanks. I'm almost speechless. It's nothing. Use it well. And let me know if you have to change the cartridge. The Analysis. Electronic something or other. We can't see the rest of it. The advanced notational apparatus for looking yonder and seeking information synthetically. How did that work in Italian anyway? I wonder. Which Chia gave me as a present. One day I should try to use it to take notes. Of course. I already feel like a detective from the future. No. Past and future. Okay, wait, hang on. This is her 3-heart event, so we could have done this before the big reveal. This is just them rubbing it in your face, isn't it? The whole plot twist, or whatever. The biggest hint that I've seen yet, anyway. Unless I'm forgetting like a huge hint that happened before I learned the plot twist. Okay, now I have to tidy up. See you soon, yeah? Sooner than soon. Yeah, that is definitely the feeling that I had doing this puzzle. Getting it wrong 3 times in a row, or however many times in a row. Thinking that I was switching between the wrench and the gear, and... anyway, it's over now. Extraordinary repair. I remember when Chia blew up my present. With an assistant like me, though. Repairing it was child's play. So about those other riddles or whatever, I guess that would be what I'm missing here, like a ton of them. We did this for the main story. I think we did some of these for the main story as well. How the heck do you do the rest of these? Oh, we can just do it. We can just tidy up the bag whenever we want. Alright, let's do this for a bit. Maybe we can just repay Chia for that nice gift she gave us by tidying up her bag a bit. Chia won't mind if I tidy up a bit. Just to keep my hand in, that's all. What does that mean, to keep my hand in? So I guess these are the ones that they redid or something, if I'm right about the Giga update. I'm not entirely sure what they changed. I played the game before the Giga update was implemented, like somewhere in December or something. So I think I saw the first 2 riddles before it was implemented, but those were probably easy enough that they didn't actually have to redo those ones. So probably some of these later ones they just had to rework or something. Not sure. Right after a blue object, I want a yellow object. Okay. The object on the third shelf comes right after the large scissors. Okay, yeah, so we need these. And then something from the third shelf. Among the 4 objects I want, the one on the highest shelf is the third, okay. The last object I want is on the same shelf as the first, and is the same color as the third. Okay, yeah. These are already getting pretty hard, and it's only the third one out of like 10. Well, hard for me anyway. Well, we know we want the scissors. Just put them here for now. We'll move them if we have to. Last object I want is on the same shelf as the first. As the first shelf, or... no, the first object? Right, yeah. And the same color as the third object. And that third object... we don't know what the third object is, but... the object from the third shelf is right after the large scissors. Right after a blue object, I want a yellow object. Alright, let's work with that one. So that means they have to be consecutive. Blue, then yellow. So blue could be the first object. Or it could be the second... no, it couldn't be the second because... Let's just guess it's the first... no, the third object. Could that be right? The object on the third shelf comes right after the large scissors. No, wait. Okay, let's just assume it's that. And she wants a yellow object. The last object I want is on the same shelf as the first. So that'd be yellow. And the same color as the third object. So no. The last object can't be... whatever, so... let's put the scissors in number 3. Same color as the third. Last object. Was this on? Right, yeah. I didn't think this would take this long. The same shelf as the first. Same color as the third. Just to put something in to test it. Right after a blue object is a yellow object. Object on the third shelf comes right after the large scissors. This is an object from the third shelf. And it's right after the large scissors. Among the 4 objects I want, the one on the highest shelf is the third. I've been ignoring that one. Right. The scissors can't be third. Alright, just reset. The one on the highest shelf is the third. So it has to be one of these 3. Let's say it's this blue bucket. And then right after that is a yellow thing. The last object I want is on the same shelf as the first. And it's the same color as the third. I'm going crazy all over again. I was a fool for trying this right after that last puzzle. Clearly I'm bad at these. The object on the third shelf comes right after the large scissors. The last object is the same color as the third. This is what we have to work with, so yeah. If the last object is the same color as the third object, 3 and 4 are consecutive that way, that means we can't have the blue object and the yellow object in 3 and 4. So either the blue object is 2, the third object is yellow, and the fourth object is yellow, or the blue object is first, then the third and the fourth are some other color, or whatever. Let's just assume this first. Could be any blue object, but the one on the highest shelf is the third. So we'll make that a yellow object. The last object is on the same shelf as the first, and the same color as the third, so it's a yellow one. One of these two. We know we need these scissors. Object on the third shelf comes right after the large scissors. Let's get rid of this bucket. Make it the blue this thing. The last object I want is on the same shelf as the first, which is the scissors, and the same color as third. That seems like it might be it. Does this break any rules? After a blue object, a yellow object. Yeah, there's that. Object on the third shelf, this saw, comes right after the large scissors, yeah. The 4 objects I want. Highest shelf is the third, yup. And the last object I want is on the same shelf as the first. This one is on the same shelf as the scissors, and the same color as, yeah, this is it. Okay. This is how we get Joker cards. It's gonna be a pain in the ass, though. That was just number 3, damn. Okay, that was a rough one. Diana, I definitely need to take a step back after embarrassing myself so thoroughly like that. Just, let me catch my breath. We're gonna do that more next time, but I think I probably need to prepare myself. That would be a good time to take a break.